Welcome to Drive, the start of your journey towards organisational excellence. In the next few minutes we will explore the concept of the balanced scorecard and how taking a balanced view of your organisation can deliver sustainable improvement in your performance without the need of significant investment. In this example we will explore the use of a balanced scorecard in a manufacturing-based organisation. We will specifically focus on the links between the workforce and customers and how a balanced approach to management can lead to sustainable improvement in your performance. To help us on our journey towards operational excellence and to understand how to use the balanced scorecard in your operations, we're going to use the Drive concept. Drive is Inspired Change's branded version of the balanced scorecard, and it sets out to create an easier framework to understand and implement a balanced scorecard in your operations. Using a simple COGS analogy, it shows the importance of measuring and managing in a balanced way, and also the importance of understanding the cause and effect linkages that drive it forward. Let's first start by understanding the components that make up the Drive concept. D covers the direction your organisation is taking or needs to take. R is the financial resources that you need to finance your operations. I focuses on impressing your customers, past, present and future prospects. V covers all the processes you use to deliver your service to your customers. And E is the evolution engine that helps us understand the impact of passion, performance and people in your organisation. Before considering the Drive concept in more detail, let's first consider why Drive is so important to any organisation. What happens in your business is a direct result of what you do, how you do it, and when you do it. Success is often put down to being in the right place at the right time, but it's more than that. It's also about acting in the right way. So how can Drive help deliver a superior outcome? Well, let's consider the Drive analogy as a series of interlinked cogs. We've already discussed that the performance is driven by what you do, how you do it, and when you do it. The best outcome is achieved when strategy and goals are defined through Drive and performance is managed and encouraged back the other way. With this in mind, now let's consider what your organisation might look like in terms of managing performance. As with most organisations, there's probably a significant focus on financial information, predominantly driven by monthly accounts and cash flow. You may focus on impressing your customer base, but it's probably more reactive than proactive. You possibly take a more proactive approach to managing the quality and efficiency of your processes, but it's still disproportionate to the focus on finance. Any focus on motivational learning and development is likely to be the result of an annual routine rather than outcome-based investment aligning your goals to your organisation. And finally, direction, strategy and long-term aspirations, a low priority when time permits as you continue to fight the day-to-day. Now let's take time to reflect on what could be achieved with a different focus. A greater emphasis on passion, people and continuous improvement will help create a motivated workforce that will drive out inefficiencies and continually look for new opportunities. This highly efficient organisation will naturally deliver what the customer wants and when they want it, and in doing so deliver it in a most cost-effective way. What you end up with is a highly efficient organisation that will deliver sustainable improvement in performance, increased demand and superior results. Now with a greater understanding of the Drive concept, let's consider a simple practical application. To do this, visualise a pyramid that contains the elements of Drive stacked as shown. We've already discussed that the best outcome is where strategy is driven down through the elements and performance is driven up. This visual map will become our template for defining the areas of your organisation to be analysed, monitored, and they'll highlight the themes to be addressed that will create significant improvement in performance. Now that we have a greater understanding of the cause and effect linkages between the areas of activity, let us consider in more detail the key areas of focus. Within the core goals area, the key focus is working towards your strategic goals, and these are likely to be key financial goals such as profit or cash, but they could also focus on other strategic aims such as growing market share. The next level of focus is your financial goals, and specifically those that underpin your strategic goals. Below this we focus on the customer metrics, A customer will buy based on your service offering, your reputation, and finally your relationship with them. This section is very much focused on meeting the needs of the customer. Next is the vehicle of your organisation and the way in which you create and deliver your product to your customer. Again, 3 areas need to be considered. Firstly, those processes directly involved in creating and delivering the product to your customer. Secondly, all those departments, processes and services, while not directly involved in a manufacturing process, form a very important part in ensuring the company can function. And finally, the management of safety, quality and environment throughout the organisation. At the bottom, underpinning the above activities, are the metrics measuring leadership, people and the progress of continuous improvement initiatives. Now that we've identified the focus areas, let's consider the pyramid in a bit more detail. The diagram has now been evolved to show a basic Excel dashboard with some suggested measurement for a manufacturing-based model. The process starts with the goal of the organisation, which will centre on the strategic objectives. Ultimately, the goal is what the entire organisation will be aligned behind. The next layer is the financial goals. These measures show those which contribute the most to delivering the strategic purpose of the organisation, and a sample is shown here. The following layer considers what the customer values in the organisation. Firstly, whether the product is being produced meets their needs. Next is the organisation's reputation and image. Finally comes customer relationship. In this area, the focus is on the customer's past, present and future prospects, and consideration is given to customer satisfaction, specifically surveying their opinion and complaints. Next are the metrics focusing on your internal processes. Firstly, how you create your products. In this area, we're specifically focusing on the efficiency of your internal supply chain. We also consider the impact of the organisation of those processes outside that could have an impact on how you operate. Finally, the effectiveness of managing health, safety and environment in your company. The final part of the pyramid is split into 2 key areas, focusing on the things that will deliver the performance of your organisation, these being the people and the continuous improvement activities. Within the people section, there is a clear focus on skills and passion. And first is passion. This covers the level of morale in your organisation and the effectiveness of internal communication, and both are inherently linked. Consideration and focus is also given to the health and well-being of staff. The other area of view is the skills capability of every staff individual, from temporary shop floor staff to the CEO. A detailed skills matrix covering the technical and soft skills, industry and product knowledge will highlight any skills gaps. The final part of the bottom layer of the pyramid is about continuous improvement measures. Focus is needed on the capital investment to improve your operational efficiency, and again focus is expected on the returns, both financial and non-financial. This template is now set up and enables a review and monitor of a diverse set of measures that collectively will highlight themes running through your organisation. If these are managed effectively, it will drive the quality of your operational capabilities. Now let's consider how a management team might use the balanced scorecard. As a brief example of the scorecard in use, the dashboard has been highlighted with some sample data. The leadership team in this scenario are looking to drive forward their performance of their strategic objectives and deliver growth to the organisation. They've identified some of the issues that relate to some KPI performance within their operational capabilities, and this is constraining the output and the turnover. Continual tracking of measurement across the whole scorecard starts to show some of the problems deeper within the organisation, and these could be potentially driving the quality of the product being delivered. Skill shortages and issues with well-being are flagged in the people section of the scorecard, and this is compounded by the staff budget being flagged within the finance section of the scorecard. Further investigation shows that due to skill shortages, staff are working longer hours to cope with demand. Sickness is resulting in additional hours, meaning other staff have had to work additional hours to cover their colleagues. This has pushed spends up against budget due to additional overtime. In addition to this, production areas are experiencing difficulties with continuous breakdowns, and this means that production lines are down for significant amounts of time during shifts. Projects focused on the supply chain are also delayed, and this is hampering improvements to the line. Despite the drive to deliver more product, the organisation is now underperforming compared to the resources available. The leadership team can now centre activities on dealing with these root causes and track the impact of the changes through the scorecard as improvements take place. The previous sample has been taken from our basic Excel scorecard models. These models can be implemented on your systems so that you retain complete control over the data and their use. Each dashboard can be bespoke to your organisation, ensuring that the metrics used are relevant to your operations. Each model comes with 3 basic screens, which is a front dashboard showing a snapshot of your organisation at a reporting point in time, a tracker screen showing the progress your organisation is making, and an input screen. The inputs can be further developed, linking into other data sources, or expanded to show further drilling down of your supporting data. Again, this information is bespoke to your organisation and available budget. To ensure complete alignment through your organisation, multi-layer scorecards can show how each operational level within your business is performing against strategic objectives. Scorecards can be aligned underneath reporting layers, providing the opportunity to consolidate up performance and to drill down into detail. They also enable a clear cascade of objectives and performance expectations. We have now come to the end of our presentation on how to use a scorecard in a manufacturing organisation. We hope you can see how a scorecard approach will give you a greater understanding of your operations and how aligning your organisation behind your core goals can help drive you forward.